The 23-year-old, comfortable in possession, a strong tackler, and he's quick. He's been consistently linked with the move to Manchester United.
Jean-Clair Todibo has been linked with a summer move to multiple Premier League clubs, including Spurs and Man United. But how good is he? What is his profile? Does he fit the modern centre-back mould? What are his strengths and weaknesses? His character? How much is he worth? And is he capable of making a step up to the Premier League? You're about to find out. Make sure to subscribe to United People's TV for more in-depth transfer content for this summer transfer window. Now, Jean-Clair Todibo. Todibo had an excellent start to his career. He played just 10 games for Toulouse before Barcelona came calling to sign the 19-year-old. But his time at Barcelona, it didn't play out the way he would have hoped. He made just 4 appearances in his first year at the club and had unsuccessful loan spells at both Schalke and Benfica. Benfica even terminated his loan in the winter window after he didn't make a single league appearance for them in the first half of the season. And that was a turning point for Todibo. Nice took him on loan for the remainder of the season. He played 17 games in 4 months, more than he had played in any season of his career so far. Nice were impressed, and they took up their option to sign Todibo for €8.5 million. Todibo had a great first full season with Nice and put a stop to any worries that he would become just another wonder kid that failed. And he even took responsibility for his early struggles in an interview with L'Equipe. "I lacked humility, seriousness and professionalism. I don't know who I thought I was. I'm now doing the best that I can, not so people can say that I've changed, but because it makes me feel good." Todibo has a sense of perspective that most players don't find until after they've retired, when he's still only 24. He's rebuilt his reputation at Nice and is about to finish his 3rd full season with them. However, he's widely expected to leave this summer for around £40 million. There's no shortage of teams out there looking for high potential, modern day centre-backs, and could Todibo be the perfect choice? Todibo himself is incredibly well-rounded and excels in areas you'd want from a centre-back playing in a high possession system. In terms of his strengths out of possession, he excels in 2 areas. Firstly, is his one-on-one defending. He's a high-volume tackler who reads his opponent well. He uses excellent timing and anticipation to take the ball away from attackers. This season has seen him making more and more of his tackles further up the pitch as Nice have employed an aggressive higher press. The high-risk nature of these tackles explains the drop-off in his success rate from last season to this season. The second area in which Todibo excels is defending wide areas, whether it is coming out wide to challenge ball carriers or covering the space and delaying counter-attacks. His recovery speed and physicality allows him to match most attackers. His ability to maintain top sprinting speed over distance is what really sets him apart. That makes him perfect for playing in a high-line, aggressive pressing system. So far, he sounds like the perfect modern-day centre-back, right? But how is he in possession? When it comes to ball playing, he's great. His short and mid-range passing numbers speak for themselves. He plays in a high-volume passing team at the moment and is a key cog in that machine. He's got great composure, good technique, and it allows him to play quick short passes to play around the opposition press and keep possession. But progressive passing is where his passing game comes to life. Todibo has a great range, as I mentioned earlier. He's comfortable playing penetrating passes through the lines, and he's great at finding runners in behind with balls over the top, which can be a great source of chance creation when you have a team penned in and they're trying to push out. His long-range passing isn't really a weapon he uses a lot, as he prefers to go with a high percentage option, but he is more than capable of hitting switches to the opposite flank when he needs to. But it's his ball carrying that makes Todibo truly elite when it comes to progression from the centre-back role. Not only is he a high-volume ball carrier, but he has a high success rate due to his ability to take players on and beat them. He's able to use his size and athleticism to stride out of defence with the ball. He has excellent balance and footwork for a man who stands at 6'3", and his large frame makes him difficult to push him off the ball. His composure and close control make him insanely press resistant, as he's able to escape from tight spaces. And his carrying ability means he's often able to step into midfield, create a numerical overload, and force an opposition player to commit and leave their position. It's then that Todibo is able to find the free man further up the pitch. Now, while he is certainly excellent in possession, Todibo has some areas of weakness when defending that need to be considered. Todibo should absolutely be more dominant aerially for a man of his size and athleticism. He's made slight progress in this area over the last couple of seasons. He doesn't get bullied in the air. While he doesn't consistently win headers himself, he does generally do enough to put the players off. The only other standout issue with Todibo is that he's a very aggressive front foot defender. I know this doesn't sound like a weakness on the face of things, but it does mean teams will have to take into account who they are partnering him with. He can be overly aggressive when stepping out to win the ball. This can compromise the defensive structure and requires teammates with good anticipation and recovery ability. Would he be the right partner for Lisandro Martinez, who's also an aggressive centre-back? It's something to take into consideration. So what is a modern-day centre-back? I'd say a modern-day centre-back must carry out traditional defensive duties, but in addition to that, they have to retain possession and start attacking moves. They need composure on the ball, technique. Both of them are key as they look to play through the opposition. And when it comes to their in-possession responsibilities, they have to help create numerical overloads to break down the opposition. Modern-day centre-backs allow you to do that. The space created by having numerical superiority is so important in the modern game. But it's no good if you don't have centre-backs who are capable of exploiting it. The ability to carry the ball, play line-breaking passes are crucial when it comes to breaking down the opposition. And when it comes to their out-of-possession responsibilities, a modern-day centre-back is responsible for the same defensive duties, of course, that you'd all expect. Tackles, winning duels, aerial duels, but they have to cover a lot of space. And when it comes to Erik ten Hag's system at Manchester United, the rest defence is the big problem, covering those spaces. And that is an area where Todibo really does excel naturally in his game. So how much is he worth? In the current market, a fair value for Todibo would probably be somewhere around the 40 to 50 million pound mark. And is Todibo a perfect modern day centre-back? Well, perfect's a strong word, but he's a progressive monster. And he is elite when it comes to defending open spaces or in one-on-one situations. He's got excellent recovery pace, and his ability to bait and escape the opposition press make him an eye-catching player. Being average in the air just prevents him from being, maybe, perfect. But in almost every other area, Todibo really does typify the modern day centre-back. And for the 40 to 50 million pound mark, in this market, feels like a really good price. His career started with a failure, but he's not let that define him. He's shown maturity, toughness, and a willingness to learn from his experienced centre-back partnership at Nice in Dante. All of this suggests he'd be an excellent character to have at any club. And the only question left is whether he's ready to step out of his comfort zone in France and shine at the top level in the Premier League.